Yay. Now it works. Why you guys gotta try to make it not work, huh? Why? Why can't you just give me a fair shot? Hey Google, volume 8. Hey Google, turn it up.
MRG_live. Said. GGGG. Stream elements. Said. MRG_live is now live. Streaming just chatting. MR.G live US states today's state. Hashtag New York live classroom Monday Friday.
Pronounce New York. Okay, New York. Or not New York. New York. Don't drink the water in New York. Right? I may never been to New York, but my family's from New York. I got a mother from New York, a brother from New York, a sister, and a father, and a mother from New York. Ah, get out of here. Go sit on it. Here in New York, we do things our way. It's either our way or the highway here in New York. New York's this and New York. Oh shit. New York up the ass. A lot of gay men in New York. Maybe I should send out a notification. Like, notify this. Get out of here. What's he doing? Practicing his New York accent? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. New York, here we come. Everybody put down your Fortnite controllers, because we're going to have a New York party. A city that never sleeps unless they're tired. New York, the safest city in America, if you're crazy. You want to get robbed? Go to New York. Robberies on every corner.
Eshmaj said.
Hey, look who it is.
Victory hand.
Look who it is. It's Ash Miles. Is he from New York? I don't know. Maybe he just likes New York. I haven't seen him in a while. Get out of here. No. Don't leave. Stay. I could use anybody. I can lie. You know what I mean? Hey, you get out of here. No. I'm just making figuratively. Okay, I got a package. It's from New York.
Said. Hell not grinning squinting face.
I'm gonna open a package from New York. Oh, swipe. It's a minute to start time. Hey, Google. Pause this. And what's that song? What's that? Hey, Google. Play that Mr.G stuff. No. Play that.
Okay, here's a Pandora station
Hey,
called
shut up,
Mr.G
Google.
Radio.
Hey, Google. I don't want to hear that unless you're gonna play the Mr.G song. All right, there we go. Mr. G, he's your average
You can send Mr. G, Moses, and Keanu packages to 1117 to Wadu Avenue, P. Box 37305, Honolulu, Hawaii 96223. Born and raised in ABQ, New Mexico.
Unworn white Levi's were covering his femur until he covered them with coffee and creamer. Mr. G, he's your average teacher on IRL streamer. Mr. G, he's your average teacher on IRL streamer. He's your average teacher on IRL streamer. Mr. G, he's your average teacher on IRL streamer. Mr. G, 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 Mr. G.
Hi, I'm Mr. G. Welcome to my class.
Today is Friday. Yay!
Said. Woman dancing light skin tone, man
Hey,
dancing light
Mrs.
skin
J.
tone, aloha.
Aloha. So we have a special package today. Hey, Google. We have a special package today. This was from, this is actually not from a viewer of the show, but this is from a cat person that had heard, here let me think about this, that had heard about what I do in my spare time, what I do.
For a special boy.
Thanks, Ash. Thank you. But yeah, somebody sent me a package, somebody that I don't know, from this company, not a company, from a non-profit organization called Help a Mere Stranger.
Hell yeah, Mr. G live again.
Yes, I'm live every day, Monday through Friday. I'm a little late today. What time is it anyways? Hey Google, what time is it? Never mind Google. It's 12:44, so I'm 44 minutes late. It is Friday. This is the 5th class of the week. And let's face it, I've done an awesome job this week, okay? Monday, we learned all about Georgia. On Martin Luther King Day, we dedicated Monday's class to Martin Luther King. Tuesday, we learned about West Virginia and everything that goes along up in the Appalachian Mountains. Wednesday was Inauguration Day, and we learned all about Joe Biden's state that he represented, Delaware. And yesterday, we learned about New Jersey.
4 p.m. in Sweden, that's why I miss a lot of your lives.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to switch it up there for people that are living other places. I'm out here in Hawaii, so it's really different. It's just after noon in Hawaii here. It's like I said, it's 12:40 something. I'm trying to make it as user-friendly time as possible.
I'm going to continue to try to make it earlier in the day here in Hawaii. So it's 12 o'clock now. I'll try to make it even an earlier start time. And then I'm also, when I'm not doing like live class.
Yeah, I know, but awesome watching you again.
Thanks. When I'm not doing my live class, I'll try to do gaming streams and other things at different times sporadically. But also, each one of these classes get re-uploaded onto YouTube, and there's a playlist on YouTube with all of the 50 states. Right now we've done about 35 out of the 50 states. And there's, like I said, there's a playlist on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, check the playlist and you can find your own state and watch that one about wherever state you're from.
You are the best, Mr. G. Let's do this.
Thank you very much. I really do enjoy doing this. It has been a pretty hard week, I'm not going to lie. These don't come just like magic out of the sky. You know, there's a lot of work goes into doing these classes and doing these lectures. And like I said, this is something that I was paid a generous amount for, and I still am paid, or a decent amount. I still am paid as a tutor. I tutor students from home in this classroom here. But like I was saying, this package here, it was sent to me from somebody, not from a viewer of the show, not from a student in the class, but from a somebody that was aware of my cat me volunteering as a cat feeder here in Hawaii. And so they were kind enough to send me this package. I don't know what it is, but it's from the organization Help a Mere Stranger. And I think it's some kind of art, but this organization, Help a Mere Stranger, and we'll go ahead and just open it. It's got a really nice packaging. Once again, we're going to be learning about the state of New York today. So the skyline of New York in the corner of the screen. Also, if you want to know more about me, your teacher, I put my website on the screen. Hey, Nico. Aloha.
Hey, Mr. G.
Aloha Friday.
Amazon.
Well, yeah, it looks like whatever it was, it came from there. But everything in Hawaii comes from in an Amazon box, basically, in the last few years. But yeah, welcome to class, Nico. If you're,
I don't know why, but I like presents wrapped in paper.
I know, right? It makes it feel like it's like a mysterious thing, like the brown paper. And like I said, this is from a very thoughtful person. They're not a viewer of the show or anything like that. They're not a member of the class.
You can send Mr. G, Moses, and Keanu packages to 11
They just
Avenue, PO Box 37305, Honolulu, Hawaii 968.
They're not a member of the class. They just saw what I did.
Said, are you still trading stocks? MR_Nicotino3.
I own.
I'm trying to learn about it.
I'm trying to learn about it too. I'm just a beginner. I can tell you a few things.
At Ashmach, same here. There's something about it.
Well, you know, yeah, the brown paper, right? It is very classy. But as far as your question about stocks, I have just started learning, like a lot of Americans in the last couple weeks. More Americans now own stock in the stock market due to apps and websites that make it easy and relatively inexpensive for the average American to invest and to own stock. And with the information, you know, that is available to people, people are able to learn about the stock market. It used to be some strange hieroglyphic, you know, now people are learning more, including myself, including Nico. I can tell you that I have already made money on the stock market. Not as that much, but I have made a little bit, and it's relatively a lot more simple than they would lead you to believe. I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was talking with Cody on my Discord. If you want a link to the Discord, just go to the website. And
said, my Peloton stock made me good money.
Oh, really? That's nice. Peloton stock, yeah, it was. I don't own any like huge stocks or anything. I don't own Peloton. I don't own Tesla. I will tell you one thing about my portfolio, which is nothing. Like they make it so previously you would have to buy like 100 shares or more of a stock. But I'll give you an example on how to make money on the stock market.
I only buy Mipolo stocks. MR_Nicotino3 said, I have yet to make money, LOL.
See, I was going to say this is not the time or place to talk about the stock market. However, today's class is about New York, and New York City is the home of the stock market. So it's okay to talk about New York today, but I'm also in the process of opening this package.
MRSJ Mermaid said, I made money on Lenovo too. Spoxer one sway.
Okay, looks like all of you are making money. What are you asking me for questions about the stock market? You guys should be throwing bits my way so I can buy some stock. No, but there are companies that will give you free stocks just for signing up and opening a brokerage account. Webull is an example of that. When I open an account with Webull, they give you 4 free stocks. Not like 100 shares. They give you 1 share of a stock. And the odds of getting like a Facebook stock is like 1 in 100. The odds of getting a Tesla, I don't know what's in the box. The odds of getting a Tesla stock is like 1 in 200.
What's in the box?
We're finding out in a minute here. This is a package from an organization called Help a Stranger. They heard about what I do, about volunteering my time, money, and energy and safety to feed outside cats, homeless cats.
Mermaid
And
a stock slice, it sounds like.
We can't talk about 2, 3 things at once, guys.
Said, I wonder what's in the box.
Yes, let's get on with the box. So this package was sent to me from somebody from Help a Mere Stranger. So let's check it out.
Let's drop the stocks.
Yeah, we're not talking about the stocks anymore. Sorry. Okay, so there's a nice card. It's got another package with another brown wrapping in it, Ashmans. So let's check out the cards. Happiness blooms from within.
MRSJ Mermaid said, Rar Sormery LUL.
Alright, come on guys.
Ashmaj.
Happiness comes.
It's a letter about stock options.
We're not talking about stocks. I'm even going to take the New York thing off the screen. Alright, here we go. Happiness comes from within. Nice card. And it says, thank you from Help a Mere Stranger. It says, as a cat lover, I was thrilled to send you this painting. I hope you like it. It reminds me of the ocean, which makes me almost as happy as cats. Then she put cats in exclamation points, like, we cats, you know. That's nice. This is by a famous artist, actually. So look at this. Okay, looks like it's framed. Nice, huh?
Very nice.
Yes, the person that sent this, I think she has like millions of views or followers.
Boxers one sway. Said, beautiful.
See, you know, I don't feed the CATs, the homeless cats, out every day, every single day, for gifts or for praise. I do it because they're my friends. But getting acknowledgement is nice, and I do appreciate that very much. Wow, this is nice.
Help Mr.G with a donation through Stream Elements. https://streamelements.com/mrg_live/tip.
So it's a it's a painting.
I really suck at gifting.
And it's Kim Ladalski art. She's a poor painting abstract art. What are the odds? I wonder if she knows who my twin brother is. Right? Because like this is M. Katz's style, totally.
Ashmaj said, "That's cool. I would hang that up."
Yes, I don't know if she's watching. I don't think she knows that I do this show.
MR_Nicotino.
But Kim's Creations on Facebook.
Hang it.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a closer look here. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork here. Wonderful. Oh, I guess maybe it goes this. Lovely. Okay.
Extreme Elements said, the new merch is here, PogChamp, check it out. https://merch.extremeelements.com/mrg_live. mr_nicotino3 said, it's good to look at like the ocean.
Yeah, it's good to look at. The card is nice.
Said, reminds me of space.
Yeah. It's nice. Thank you very much for whoever sent that. And like I said, I don't need gifts or praise to do what I do. I do what I do because I enjoy doing it and I want to.
Moses and
same with this class. I do this class because I enjoy it and I want to. This class, Monday through Friday, like I said, we've had a great week this week. On Monday, we learned all about Georgia. On Tuesday, we learned all about West Virginia. Wednesday, we learned all about Delaware. Thursday, we learned about New Jersey.
Makes me think of asterisk. Did she sign it?
Yes, she signed it. And today we are learning all about New York.
Gold, Mr.G, you are a true hero for the cats and probably a lot of other animals. Hero.
Thank you very much, we cats. But like I said, I love them. They're my friends. And so, oh man, one of them came out during the daytime just now, one-eyed. But we're not going to go that. We had an important class today, all about New York. And like I said, it's the last day of the week. It's a Friday, so it's okay to, have a little fun and do a little show and tell, But we do want to get into the lesson today. We've had a really productive week. Next week, we're going to be learning all about New England for the whole week. Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, and Friday is Maine. I may take off next Friday because I have a special appointment, but I might go ahead and just do this class earlier in the day. And that seems like the most efficient use of the day as well. I don't want to take any days off. I want to do this Monday through Friday. And some people are like, oh, well, you're not making money. Well, I didn't make money when I was enrolled in school either, but I did the best that I could and made the highest grade possible. When I was doing a paper or a project at the University of Texas, I didn't do it half-assed because I'm not getting paid. No, that's not how things work. When I wrote my book, I put everything I had into it. And writers, you don't get paid initially, generally. Very few writers do. So, a lot of times in life, you will do things if you enjoy doing them, and you may not necessarily get paid. Hey, countryman.
Hey, Mr. G, happy Friday. Hope you are well.
Hey, happy Friday. I hope you're well, too.
I apologize for missing yesterday.
That's fine.
Because it's Jersey.
I
can't believe I had obligations, but yeah, that's life.
Yeah, that's life. Like I said, I'm having some obligations coming up here soon. So that's a great piece of artwork right there. So one of the world's most famous museums is in New York. It's the New York Metropolitan Museum of Art. And it's also, it's the most visited museum in the United States. Also, the Natural History Museum is located in New York as well.
New York is my neighbor, though.
Oh, okay.
I caught this stream.
Well, yeah, we're just getting started here today. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, don't be a hater. Give this a thumbs up. And you're welcome to be in class as long as you behave yourself. So, this right here on the corner, this is a picture of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I'll give you guys a bigger image of it. So it's known to have the stairs up front. It's been in a lot of different movies. And, you'll find some Andy Warhol paintings here and some Picasso paintings as well. So while we're on the image there, we'll just go and jump in and show you some of the famous landmarks in New York City, and then I'll show you some things in the state of New York. So the Empire State Building, one of the world's first skyscrapers. It was the world's tallest building for quite some time before the Sears Tower in Chicago overtook that. So let's actually learn some fun facts about New York.
That's the Chrysler building in that photo.
Oh, the Chrysler building, okay. All right. Who's teaching the class here? All right, hey, get out of here. I'm from New York. All right.
Said, the new merch is here, PogChamp. Check
Until
it out.
1664, New York's name was New Amsterdam. That's when the Dutch owned it. And that year, the English took it from the Dutch and named it after Duke of York and Albany.
Lol.
So, New York was initially owned by Dutch settlers. It was taken over by the English.
https://streamelements.com/mrg_live/.
All right, some more fun facts. Just some overall, some of the history of New York. Some fun facts. The first railroad in America was in New York, which was from Albany to I don't know how to pronounce that, but Albany, New York is the capital of New York. It's one of the oldest settlements in the United States. It's the first English settlement, and the population of Albany, New York is about 100,000.
You can send Mr.G.
It's also
packages to
one of the places to get some of the least expensive houses.
Honolulu, Hawaii.
The first United States Capitol was actually in New York City. In 1789, George Washington signed his oath as presidency, the very first presidency, at the balcony of Federal Hall. So yeah, New York City was the very first capital. Hey, Aquarius.
Hey, Mr.G.
Aloha, welcome to class, Aquarius. Another fun fact is the first presentation of 3D films took place in New York. There's a lot of... oh, it's okay. There's no problem. But I appreciate you coming to class. Welcome, Aquarius. So that was just a couple fun firsts of New York. But while I have that, I don't have slides of this, but New York is known for the first of a lot of things, including foods. They invented the hamburger, the pastrami on rye, the hot dog, numerous. It's been the biggest city for a long time. And when I do a desktop stream or get on the computer this week, and I'll show you a couple videos to show you that New York City was the most populous city in the world for quite some time as well. It's the largest city anywhere near there. The population of New York City city limits is about 9 million almost. However, New York metro area, which includes Newark and Jersey City, is 18 million. So 1 out of 36 Americans live in New York City, but 1 out of 18 Americans live in the New York metro area. So I just wanted to point that out. That's why it's good that I talk first about New York. Do I have something in my hair?
Countryman.
And before we go into the slideshow.
New York's first capital was New York City, including the nation. Then the second was Kingston, New York, just south of West Point. Then the third, and today's, was moved to Albany.
Oh, okay. Cool. So New York City, it consists of 5 boroughs: Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, Manhattan, and Queens. Manhattan is actually the smallest and the only island. Brooklyn and Staten Island, Brooklyn and Queens are part of Long Island. I used to think Long Island was a borough. It is considered part of New York. If you look on the map of New York, Long Island is that long island that stretches out. It'd be like the penis of New York, you know. Okay, maybe. And the rest of the city of the balls, you know.
Countryman.
I don't know.
Said, honestly, Long Island and New York City in general deserves its own voting district. Countryman.
Mm-hmm. Long Island's like a place where you're much more likely to not be shot and robbed and killed, you know. But some of the popular landmarks in New York City is Times Square, the Empire State Building, the Brooklyn Bridge, which I have on the screen here, Central Park, don't go there at night, Rockefeller Center, that's where the huge ice skating ring is, and the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
I don't see you live on YT. Anyone else see him?
Oh yeah, I'm not live on YT right now, Ash. I just generally go live on Twitch, and then I rebroadcast the class and on YouTube is what I do. So this is the only time you're getting it live on Twitch, and that's because it's just a lot less classroom interruptions, and the camera system I'm using for some reason it's not letting me go through YouTube
Check
for
it
whatever
out.
reason.
https
So, New York isn't all New York City, right? There's Albany, which is the capital. We talked about them. Syracuse, New York. Syracuse, Orangemen. Syracuse has a population of about 150,000. Syracuse, New York is one of the largest universities in New York. Population, student enrollment, about 23,000. So you could say, Syracuse is a college town. All right, what else? New York is also has Niagara Falls. There's Niagara Falls, New York, and then there's Niagara Falls, Canada, because the falls actually are on both sides, Canada and the United States. Niagara Falls, New York is basically a part of Buffalo, New York. It's right there next to Buffalo. Buffalo is the second largest city in New York State, and also they have the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is a relatively small city of about 250,000 people. It's rare that a city of that size would have a professional sports team. That's why, the Buffalo Bills, I believe they're still in the playoffs this week. I think they play Baltimore this weekend. I believe a winner goes to the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. No, they beat Baltimore. I'm not sure. I'm not following it. I do know that Buffalo, they went away from the Super Bowl. I think.
Said, the Bills.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills. They used to be my favorite sports team growing up. They're actually pretty popular in Canada, too, because like I said, Canada, Niagara Falls is right there on the border. And
Niagara and Buffalo are about 45 minutes apart.
Yeah, from what I researched, about 15, 20 miles apart. But what do you know, countryman? He's like, I live there. But anyways. So shout out to New York City. Don't go there. No. New York subways are known to have alligators, right?
Countryman.
Is that true?
Said. Yup, drove through there, yeah.
Hey,
I
Google.
want you to come over here one of these days, he'll buy you a beer.
Okay. Hey, Google, are there alligators in the sewers of New York?
Type it. Said.
Here's a summary from the website livescience.com. Trumping all myths, however, is the fact that alligators wouldn't survive long in sewers. But finding an alligator in a New York City sewer does not mean that decades of stories about giant alligators in sewers are true.
Okay, so interesting. That doesn't answer my question. So another thing that New York is known for besides alligators is millionaires. Manhattan, where the majority of the millionaires live, there's 380,000 millionaires that live in Manhattan alone, and some of the streets are literally paved with gold. Manhattan, they have a billionaires row where just billionaires live. New York and Hawaii lead the nation with the most millionaires and most billionaires as well. As far as the state flag, we have that on the board here. I'll show you a better image. But like New Jersey state flag.
Help Mr.G with the donation through Stream Elements. https://
They have two women. One of them is Liberty, and the other is Justice.
_Nicotino3 said, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have always made their home in the sewers of New York City.
Oh, okay.
Said, Billionaires Row, 57th Street, yup.
Billionaires Row.
Population of billionaires on the planet by far.
Exactly. Thank you, countryman. So this is the flag of New York right here. It's very similar to the flag of New Jersey.
Nico is in my head.
Liberty is on the left there, and she's stepping on a British crown. This flag actually made its debut all the way back in 1778. I guess that's why it's so pixelated. No, seriously. 1778 is when it's made its debut. Let me move the thing so you can see it better. And Liberty is on the left. She's stepping on the British crown. This flag debuted 2 years after New York became a state on July 9th, 1776.
https://merch.extremeelements.com/mrg_.
But if you look at closer, you see a ship in the background. That's the Hudson River, and that's a ship docking in the Hudson River. Like I said, the two ladies, one is named Liberty, the other named Justice. It's actually, coincidentally, Liberty, Lady Liberty, is who the Statue of Liberty is based upon, which is on the left there, in which you see a good shot of Liberty, of the Statue of Liberty on Liberty Island. So, on the left there we have Lady Liberty, and she's crashing the British crown. If you look closer, Lady Justice is actually wearing a blindfold. The blindfold signifies being impartial, not judging somebody by their appearance or by what somebody says about them. And that's what justice is, being impartial, judging by actions. So we have Liberty on the left. Yeah, you see that everywhere. That's a common, very common. I was thinking somewhere else where you see that. Well, the word excelor also, you see the word excelor, and in Latin, that actually means ever upward and higher, if I'm not mistaken. Hey Google, what does the word excelor mean in Latin?
Sorry, I don't have any information
Okay, well
about
then
that.
just shut the hell up, Google. I'm telling them. It means upward and higher. Okay, and that's NYU. It's one of the nation's top universities. It has one of the top journalism schools. The journalism school that I went to, University of Texas, NYU University, and University of Missouri, or in Berkeley, University of Berkeley, California, are generally known as the top journalism schools in the United States. So I included that on the board. So interesting, huh? Ooh, Mr. G's a teacher. Okay, anyways, yeah, that was weird. All right, so let's continue on with the slideshow. It's Friday, so I know a lot of you want to get to you want to get to the playground and smoke some cigarettes or whatever you kids do now, vape or whatever. So we'll go ahead and finish up the lecture here. We're going to learn about some famous foods in New York and also some famous landmarks. I'll show you some pictures of the Niagara Falls. Semisonic jet right there. And also some famous people from New York. So,
is that thunder?
No, that's a jet.
Oh, it's military.
Yeah, there's choke military bases all over the island, and so one thing about Hawaii, if you visit here and you leave Waikiki, you'll see military jets all the time. You also see chickens running around, and you get used to them. And the sonic booms, that one was nothing. Some sonic booms will literally shake the apartment. Sonic booms is when a vehicle beats the sound barrier.
Interesting.
And since light travels faster than sound, you'll actually hear it before you'll see it before you hear it. So if you look in the sky, you'll see a huge jet, sometimes a stealth bomber going straight up in the air. And then you'll feel it and hear it. And you just become so used to it, just like chickens. You know somebody's not from here when they're like, they make a big deal about a chicken. Like, look, there's a chicken running right in front of the store or whatever, right down the suburb street, But there's chickens everywhere. There's chickens running in front of KFC.
Ever travel the H3 all across? I think that's one of the most gorgeous freeways to drive on.
I totally agree, countryman. If I'm ever entertaining guests here, the best thing, if anybody, I should say. What about you? You don't have any guests. You're not entertaining. Okay, not me. Okay, but if anybody else visits Hawaii or if you live here and you want to entertain somebody, the H3 starts at the airport. So the best thing to do is to, and it goes right to the gates of the airport. So you pick them up at the airport.
There's like a big ass tunnel too that goes under a mountain.
Yes, the Poly Tunnel, the Poly Freeway. But you go on the H3 from the airport, and the H3, there's not much traffic usually. It's one of the most beautiful scenic highways. It took them decades to build, and it goes through this awesome tunnel. And right when you come out, it's like 10,000 beautiful scenic. You've seen a lot of car commercials are filmed there. A lot of national ads are filmed there. It's the most beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
The most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life was on a bus on the H3, because there's some buses that go to that side, because you need to get in a vehicle to get through that mountain. But on the bus on the H3, and then looking out at the window on the huge mountain before it goes into the tunnel, there was a rainbow going into the side of the mountain. So Hawaii is known for their rainbows. There's rainbows almost every day. But this particular rainbow, it was like an arm's reach. I'm looking out the window of the bus while the bus is driving, and the rainbow's going into the mountain. Everybody else saw it too. They're like, oh my God, look. People were like grabbing their phones trying to get a picture of it and everything. But that's Hawaii, aka paradise. Today we're learning about New York, aka hell.
Picture perfect moment.
No, I'm just kidding. AKA the big city. If you can make it there, you can make it in prison. No. All right, so we went over the boroughs. What's something else? They honk the horn. They're known to be rude. Honking the horn is actually illegal in New York, but people still do it anyways. We talked about the history of the Dutch being there. It's known to have a lot of Revolutionary War battles. George Washington on the Potomac. And also, it's the most diverse city. New York City is the most diverse city in the world, with over 100 different languages spoken there, and over 100 different nationalities.
Erasmus Corning Tower in Albany is the tallest skyscraper outside of Boston and New York City in the Northeast.
Oh, really? We have some really tall ones here in Hawaii. We talked about the millionaires. Did you know 1 out of 7 people in Manhattan is a millionaire? That's crazy. There's millionaires walking around everywhere. We talked about the boroughs. Manhattan was actually purchased from the Native Americans for the price of $1,000.
1 and 7, that's nuts.
Can you believe that? Yeah. What's the irony? 1 in 7 are millionaires on the island of Manhattan. And the island was purchased for $1,000.
It's against the law to run a puppet show in a window.
There goes my Christmas. Cancel plans. All right.
Countryman said, "Do you know the origin of the name Wall Street?"
No, countryman, I don't.
Help Mr. G with
I
the
think
donation
Wall
through
Street.
https://
I don't know. I know about the bull on Wall Street. We'll show you some pictures of that. What is the origin of the term Wall Street? It has to do with some sort of wall. I think maybe I've heard it before. Countryman? Well, we're going to go ahead and start the presentation here.
Countryman said, "Okay, so after they purchased that land from the Indians, they continued to pillage the Europeans living there on the peninsula, lol. So they built a wall, yup. Countryman."
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
"To keep them out. Wyatt Entertainment."
Interesting, countryman, thank you. Hey, Wyatt.
Is expensive in New York. One guy on the internet said he makes $300K a year and still struggles with rent.
Oh, tell me about it. Speaking about $300K a year, Wyatt, guess how much it costs to operate a hot dog stand in Central Park? Speaking of $300K a year, guess how much it costs to operate a hot dog stand in Central Park or any of the major tourist sections in New York? $300,000. Get out of here. From New York. Don't drink the water. Actually, you do want to drink the water. New York has some of the best drinking water in the world. They're one of the only cities that do not have to treat their drinking water. But don't drink the water. That's in one of the slides. We're going to start the slideshow in a second. We're going to learn some more fun facts about New York. Then we'll go into foods and famous people. So,
Countryman.
you guys been looking at my
Set.
mug for too long.
So
Get out of
the
here.
tip bottom of lower downtown was the original New York City.
Countryman, you know
From
everything.
Wall Street and up was just forest for decades before they took the wall down, built the canals, hence the name of Canal Street, and began to expand.
I'm from New York. Robert De
Three
Niro.
elements. Said. The new merch is here, PogChamp, check it out.
All right, we're talking about history, so here's a little bit more history. The state was named after James, the Duke of York, who later became King James II of England.
Countryman.
Until 1957, there was a pneumatic mail tube system under the streets of Manhattan that connected 23 post
You're a hilarious
offices
man.
and over 27 miles. The highest amount of letters moved in a single day was 97,000. Wow, I wonder if they still have those underground post offices. It took 15 long years to raise funds along the New York City residents to finance the completion of the Statue of Liberty and transporting Lady Liberty from France to New York. Can you believe that? Okay. Some more fun facts about New York City. New York City is one of 4 major cities in the United States whose drinking water is pure enough not to require purification by water treatment places. The city is supplied with drinking water by the protected Catskill Mountains watershed. So don't mess with the water, alright? It's good water, alright? It's good water. Alright, don't mess with it, it's good water, alright? I mean, we got good water. We don't got everything, but we got water, you know?
Countryman. Said. As seen in Die Hard 2. LOL.
I seen in Die Hard too. So, another fun fact about Times Square. Times Square, while taking up just 0.1% of New York City total land area, creates 11% of the city's economic output and 10% of its jobs. Most of those jobs are by street workers. Just kidding. Ma, you know I love you. Alright, continuing on. Well, when did New York become a state? Well, New York became the 11th state of the Union, joining July 26, 1788. But I don't really know if that's correct because I've seen other freaking statistics about that. Okay, some more stuff about New York. Well, New York has 62 counties. The capital is Albany. We went over that. New York City is the area of New York State, hence the familiar phrase, New York, New York. The state nickname is the Garbage State. The Empire State. The 3 largest cities in the state of New York are New York City, Buffalo, and Rochester. Alright. Size facts. Alright, the U.S. state is the 27th largest in size, covering a lot of square miles, you know. I don't know those numbers. Get out of here. Alright, let's learn more about New York. Well, what's the New York state animal? Yeah. What's the state animal? Oh, well, the New York state animal, it's the beaver. The beavers, they build the dams across the streams by packing mud with their long, flat tails. What? I never seen a beaver in New York. Yeah, they're everywhere. You just gotta look for them, The beaver was adopted as a state animal in 1975. That wasn't too long ago, so, there's lots of beavers,
Said. You sound like an Australian immigrant who moved to Brooklyn when you were 12, ha 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 ha.
Hey, get out of here. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Australia. Whoa. Okay, some more fun facts about New York. Alright, let's get some more fun. There's a beach and an amusement park only a subway away. Is that Coney Island? Yeah, Coney Island. Downtown Manhattan, the National Hot Dog Eating Contest every July 4th. In New York City, you can see a Chinese parade in the afternoon and then visit a real Italian restaurant at night. Not after COVID, you can't. Alright, there's a 60-foot tall Ferris wheel in the toy store in Times Square. Alright, they don't even have that toy store anymore. Alright, there's a building in New York City that looks like an iron. Yeah, I know that building. It's that real freaking skinny one, yeah. I seen that building before. I was like, what is that building? Why is it so skinny like that? I just call it the skinny building.
Said. Interesting fact.
Hey.
Chinatown and Little Italy are less than a block away from each other.
Hey, who's teaching this class? Me or you? Huh?
I'm just kidding.
Alright, these are the last fun facts, alright? Because Countryman already knows it all anyways, huh? So, the state bird is the bluebird. I'll show you some pictures. This is actually the northern bluebird. Get it right. Alright, the state flower is the rose. It's not the northern rose. It's not the New York rose. It's just the rose. Fun fact number 1. Niagara Falls, you know, the waterfalls. It borders Canada and New York. It has 750,000 gallons of water crashing down every second. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I like Niagara Falls. Fun fact number 2. New York City is the most populous city in the United States. What the heck does that mean? Well, there's a lot of people there. Oh, yeah, I guess that I know. Okay, the Winter Olympics were held there twice at Lake Placid, New York. Countryman knows all about Lake Placid, New York. Don't you, Countryman? Don't you?
Excuse me. Doing my New York impression.
Countryman.
Accent does something to my throat.
LOL, yup. I
Okay.
just drove through that to get to Vermont.
So
we covered all the fun facts.
alright, so we've covered fun facts. How do I even talk? What does my voice sound like?
It sounds like this. Okay, that's how I'll talk. So,
No, what does my voice sound like? I don't know, I forgot. I feel like Robin
Countryman.
Williams.
Said. Did you do Vermont yet, by the way?
no, Vermont's next week. Actually, Vermont's the week after next week, because there's a lot of states in New England.
Okay, I gotta stop doing that, alright? So,
Countryman.
next week is New England,
Sweet.
and then Massachusetts
You'll
is
try
Monday,
that.
Connecticut is Tuesday, Rhode Island Wednesday, New Hampshire Thursday, Maine Friday, and then I think next week after that is the February. So the first class in February. Actually, the first class in February
Help
is
Mr.G with a
February
donation through
2nd.
Stream Elements.
Groundhog Day. We're going to do Pennsylvania, where we're going to learn about Puxatawny Phil. So make sure to tune in on Groundhog Day, February 2nd. We're going to learn all about Puxatawny Phil.
Said. Nice.
That's actually on Tuesday, February 2nd. Groundhog Day, we're going to learn about Pennsylvania. I think Vermont is February 1st. Let me check. Yep, Vermont's February 1st and Pennsylvania's February 2nd. So Monday, February 1st, we're going to wrap up New England with Vermont. New York is a northern state. It's not New England, it's just north. Like I said, it's the nation's first capital. The bird is the eastern bluebird. The flower is the rose. The mammal is the beaver. We went over, a lot of stuff about New York City, but we didn't really show any pictures of Niagara Falls. I do have some fun facts about Niagara Falls that I'd like to go over. Before I do that, just don't forget to check out my website on the screen, especially if you're new to the class and you're unfamiliar with
Who's this guy talking in a New York accent?
If you want to know more about me,
And what I was doing in New York, my life back in the city.
then go to the website and you can find out more about me.
Well, get out of here.
All right. So, Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is one of the most beautiful waterfalls in the world, and they actually have one of the highest flow rates of water in the world. I believe it's something like 70,000. Let's see. A lot of water goes. Half of it is in Canada and half of it is in the United States.
You should go down Niagara Falls in a barrel and stream it.
Oh, okay. Somebody actually did that. I wouldn't do that, though. I'm not that
Countryman. Said.
crazy.
LOL at MRSJ Mermaid.
So, Niagara Falls, it's not just there for sights. It's actually the largest producer of electricity in New York State. It also provides electricity to parts of Canada as well. Oh, all right.
We're like 0 up.
Some more fun facts about...
Mr.G, is sodomy legal in New York? Countryman.
It's not enforced.
Said. Mr.G, look up Rochester Falls. It's like a second Niagara Falls, but it's in Rochester.
Okay, we'll ask Google about it. So, some more facts about Niagara Falls. I thought I had some more pretty pictures of Niagara Falls. All right, well, carrying on. The state bird is the bluebird, but it's the northern bluebird. So that's the northern bluebird right there.
Said. The new merch is here, PodChamp, check it out.
The state flower is the rose. So give you guys a good shot of the rose. And the state flag, which has the state seal on it, is Excelsior, which means ever upward and higher. And then we have Lady Liberty on the left. That's who the Statue of Liberty is made after. She's crushing the crown of England. And on the right, we have Lady Justice, who is blindfolded because Justice is, as you know, supposed to be blind. Now, some more fun pictures of New York City. Here's the overall flag here. I'll show you that real quick. And we'll show you some more landmarks here before we go into the foods and famous people from New York. So here we have the Brooklyn Bridge, one of the nation's first and largest construction projects, built all the way in the 1800s, I believe. Hey Google, when was the Brooklyn Bridge built?
Construction for the Brooklyn Bridge started in 1869.
What'd I tell ya? So yeah, it's one of the nation's oldest and first construction projects. We spoke about the Empire State Building, one of the nation's first skyscrapers. Hey Google, when was the Empire State Building constructed?
Construction for the Empire State Building started in the 17th of March, 1930.
You can send Mr.G, Roses, and Keanu packages to 1170 New Wanu
Rockefeller Center,
37305, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96823.
The famous 42nd Street. Another famous Rockefeller Center. This is where the famous ice skating ring is around Christmas time. And I'll show you Central Park, of course. One of the oldest parks in the United States. Hey Google, how old is Central Park?
Here's a summary from the website centralparknyc.org. Only months after the design competition was completed, the first section of the park, the lake, opened to the public in 1858. Central Park was built over the next 15 years and cost $14 million.
Okay, so that was nice. Okay, then we have Lady Liberty on Liberty Island there, which is actually, the waters around there is New Jersey, the island is New York. A couple more recent. This is the new New York Trade Center, I guess. And also get you a better shot of that. Okay, so continuing on, here's a famous shot of New York. And then we did mention Wall Street. There's the famous Bull on Wall Street, and here's a shot of them. And then there's also somebody erected a statue of a young girl in front of the bull on Wall Street. That statue has since been taken down and moved elsewhere. All right. Okay, continuing on 1 second here. Okay, so that's a lot of things about New York. So we just have a couple more things in today's lecture. We have just the favorite foods of New York and favorite people from New York. So any requests? You want to do foods or people first? I guess a lot of you want to get to your weekend activities. I think I'm going to go ahead and pour me a glass of wine here. So, hey Google, play Mozart.
Sure. Playing Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart on Pandora.
So I will be right back. Excuse me, Lucky.
MR_Nicotino3 said, did we have?
Excuse me, Lucky. Lucky, you're so cute. Lucky's like, I know what I want. I'm Black Cat.
MRSG Mermaid said, off and on.
So I got some cheese and crackers and a little glass of wine here. I need some new cards, and I will do that this weekend, I think. I'm happy that it's Friday. Wow, we've already been live for over an hour. We haven't even started the food yet. Hey Google, Volume 2. I just wanted to say how great cheese and wine is. Cheese and crackers and wine. Also, I put the class's Instagram on the screen. So, if you want updates on what class is coming next, like Countryman was asking about Vermont, that's on February 1st. Pennsylvania's on February 2nd. If you want updates on what classes are coming up and when we're doing them, and just to see images, follow the official classroom Instagram, which is at Mr.G livestream on the screen here. All right, and since we're already over an hour, we got to hurry up and get into the foods and famous people. So I didn't hear a request, so I'm just going to start with whichever one comes up. Famous foods in New York. But first, I will give you this quote here, or this statistic here, and that is, there are enough restaurants in New York City for one person to eat out every night for 54 years and never visit the same place twice. All right, some of the famous foods in New York is pastrami on rye. Famous food in New York. Something else, this is New York State too. I made this the other night and I didn't even know that it's a popular dish, but chicken riggies. It's like pasta and chicken with Thousand Island sauce, chopped onions on top, looks like. Something else that's popular in New York is the cronut. Hey Google, Volume 9. Hey Google, what is a cronut?
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. A cronut is a croissant donut pastry invented by New York City pastry chef Dominique Ansel of Dominique Ansel Bakery while working at Fauchon in France. The treat was later brought over to New York City and sold in the Dominique Ansel Bakery.
Hey Google, pause. So a cronut is half a cronut and half a donut. Something else popular in New York? Coal oven pizza. Another popular thing in New York is Bagel and Lox. Hey Google, what is Bagel and Lox?
According to Wikipedia, a bagel, also historically spelled beigel, is a bread product originating in the Jewish communities of Poland. It is traditionally shaped by hand into the form of a ring from yeasted wheat dough, roughly hand-sized, that is first boiled for a short time in water and then baked. According to Wikipedia, lox is a fillet of brined salmon. Lox is one type of salmon product often served on a bagel with cream cheese, and is usually garnished with tomato, sliced onion, cucumbers, and capers.
Interesting. All right, so that's Bagel Deluxe. I've had bagels, but I never had Bagel and Lox. Something else popular in New York is the garbage plate. They're known to have the best restaurants in the world, and look at that. Doesn't that look immaculate? Hey Google, what is a garbage plate?
According to Wikipedia, a garbage plate, according to a 2010 archive of the restaurant's official website, starts with a base of any combination of home fries, macaroni salad, baked beans, or French fries topped by your choice of meats and dressed to your liking with spicy mustard, chopped onions, and our signature Nick Tahoe's hot sauce.
All right. Something else popular, New York cheesecake. Everybody's heard of New York cheesecake, right? Something else is Manhattan clam chowder. Now, I've had clam chowder, but I've never had red clam chowder. Hey Google, what is Manhattan clam chowder?
According to Wikipedia, clam chowder is any of several chowder soups in American cuisine containing clams and broth or milk. In addition to clams, common ingredients include diced potatoes, salt pork, onions, and celery. Other vegetables are not typically used.
Okay, well, that didn't answer my question. Continuing on, another famous food in New York is the black and white cookie, famous also in the Seinfeld episode. Hey Google, what is a black and white cookie?
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. A black and white cookie, half and half cookie, or half moon cookie is a round cookie iced or frosted on one half with vanilla and on the other with chocolate. In the German language, they are called Amerikaner.
Interesting. All right, another popular New York dish is the lobster salad roll. Hey Google, what is a lobster salad roll?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that, but I found something related. Do you want to know how much lobster you need for a lobster roll?
Yes.
On the website stripedspatula.com, they say, I make Maine lobster rolls with fresh lobsters that are about 1 - 1/2 to 1 3/4 of a pound in weight. This will yield about 1 pound of lobster meat total for 4 lobster rolls.
Damn. All right, continuing on. Buffalo wings originated in Buffalo, New York. Surprise there. Eggs Benedict, also very popular in New York. Another very popular item in New York is the hot dog. Everybody loves the hot dog, and guess what? It was invented in New York. More lobster here. Lobster Newberg. I'm not really sure what this is. I'm sure Google will know. Hey Google, what is a Lobster Newberg?
According to Wikipedia, Lobster Newberg is an American seafood dish made from lobster, butter, cream, cognac, sherry, eggs, and cayenne pepper. The dish was invented by Ben Wenberg, a sea captain in the fruit trade. He demonstrated the dish at Delmonico's restaurant in New York City to the manager, Charles Delmonico, in 1876.
Interesting. Something else invented in New York City is General Tao's chicken.
Said. Sounds expensive.
Something else is the egg cream. This actually doesn't have any egg cream in it. Hey New York. Hey New York. Hey Google. What is the egg cream drink?
According to Wikipedia, an egg cream is a cold beverage consisting of milk, carbonated water, and flavored syrup. Despite the name, the drink contains neither eggs nor cream. It is prepared by pouring syrup into the glass, adding milk, lightly stirring it with a spoon, then streaming soda water into the glass, mixing the other ingredients.
Okay, something else popular in New York and in Hawaii is ramen. Ramen, particular soup, noodles. Other popular dish in New York is oysters. Oysters seems like always a communal food. I don't like sharing food with people. It's weird. Something else popular in New York is beef on wreck. I'm not really sure what this is. Let's see if Google knows. Hey Google, what is beef on wreck?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Hey Google, what is a beef on wreck sandwich?
According to Wikipedia, a beef on weck is a sandwich found primarily in western New York State, particularly in the city of Buffalo. It is made with roast beef on a cummelwick roll, a roll that is topped with kosher salt and caraway seeds.
Oh, okay, interesting. Popular in Buffalo. That looks good, especially the topping. Something else popular in New York is a particular type of grape wine. Hey Google, what is Riesling wine?
According to Wikipedia, Riesling is a white grape variety which originated in the Rhine region. Riesling is an aromatic grape variety displaying flowery, almost perfumed, aromas as well as high acidity. It is used to make dry, semi-sweet, sweet, and sparkling white wines. Riesling wines are usually varietally pure and are seldom oaked.
Oh, okay, interesting. Something else popular in New York, White Hots. White Hots are a type of hamburger, white Polish hamburger with the casing still on. Hey Google, what is a white hot dog?
On the website Zweigels.com, they say, while hot dogs can be made out of a variety of different meats, white hot dogs are a unique combination of pork, beef, and veal.
That's right, veal. That's the secret. That's the secret. Something else that's popular in New York is niches. Hey Google, what is a niche?
On the website Nameberry.com, they say, the name Nisha is a girl's
Hey,
name
Google.
of Hindi or...
Pause. So I'll tell you myself what a niche is. I'll find it right here. Okay, so a niche is basically a puck-shaped round of starchy fillings tucked into dough. The niche is one of the many inexpensive immigrant food items that fueled generations of New Yorkers, whether Russian, Polish, or Ukrainian Jews. At the height of its popularity, the niche was just as important as the hot dog still is today. A dining photo op of the city's politicians wishing to demonstrate their dog is the commitment to the city. Visitors can still get a taste of the Lower East Side's original nicheries at Yonah Schmimmel. Since 1910, the shop has sold blistered and brown niches filled with hearty ingredients like cabbage, sweet potatoes, caramelized onions and potatoes, and blueberries and cheese. Sounds good, huh? All right. Next up, famous New York food is frozen custard. They eat this on Seinfeld all the time. Another famous New York dish is grape pie.
Sit.
Hey Google,
Yum.
what is a grape pie?
According to Wikipedia, grape pie is a type of fruit pie made from Concord grape and is part of harvest time traditions in the Finger Lakes region of New York in the United States. It is particularly sought after at the Naples, New York, Grape Festival and can be found at various shops around town.
Interesting. Something else found in New York is Speedies. When immigrants from the Boot moved to New York, they brought along their technique for skewered meats. Originally, lamb was the chosen protein, marinated and roasted on a spit until crisp, then nestled in airy Italian bread. Somewhere along the way, those sandwiches came to be known as Speedies. In Italian, the term speedo means spit.
Countryman.
Along the way, the main filling became chicken,
Marinating
and the
is
Italian-American creation entered the Triple City's classic culinary canon. Restaurants prepared the sandwiches all throughout the region, but Lupo's S&S Char Pit in Binghamton is the favorite. Every piece of meat sits for 24 hours in a marinade made of oil, vinegar, and a blend of secret Italian spices before it hits the grill. It's then tucked inside a 6-inch Italian-style roll from the original Speedy Bread Bakery. Felix Roma bread. Interesting. That sounds really good. I used to work at a Greek restaurant and they had something like that. So next up we have is the famous tomato pie. Now, we learned a little bit about this yesterday. It's not a pizza, it's a tomato pie. New York City has thin crust pizzas. Utica, New York, has thick and chewy tomato pie. Created by Italian Americans right around the cusp of the 19th and 20th centuries, tomato pie is a far cry from the pizza popularized in the Big Apple. It's more closely related to Sicilian pizza than anything else. Hefty, focaccia-like dough is first covered with cheese, in many cases, and other toppings. then slathered with thick and tangy tomato sauce and served at room temperature. So one major difference I see here with the tomato pie is the cheese comes on before the tomato sauce. Slathered with thick and tangy tomato sauce and served at room temperature. Try a whole pie, half pie, or a slice at Roma Sausage and Deli in Utica. Here, guests will not find a layer of mozzarella between the base and the sauce. Each one is covered with thick tomato gravy and a hearty sprinkle of Romano cheese. The bakery deli hybrid is more of a market than a restaurant, so take these pies to go. Those look good. The picture doesn't do it justice. When I first saw it, I was like, that doesn't look very good. That's not really something I would like to eat. But after reading the description there, it sounds like something I would like to eat. A tomato pie, popular in New Jersey and in New York. So we can't get through everything today. That's why we really got to stay on topic or we won't get through everything. What else? That's New York City's nickname is the Big Apple.
No, they're awesome. Place called Marucas in Seaside Heights, New Jersey makes it unbelievable right on the boardwalk.
Interesting.
Countryman said, and gotcha.
So, the Big Apple is the nickname to New York City, and the reason that it's called the Big Apple is because it used to be full of horse tracks in the late 1700s, early 1800s, and a writer from Philadelphia, I believe, wrote that he's going to New York to the Big Apple. That's because they grew a lot of apples, because horses love apples. I can tell you a story about a horse in Santa Fe, New Mexico that liked apples too. But we're not learning about New Mexico today. Sorry. Ash Mods is from New Mexico, I think. But what else? We learned about Ithaca is the only place in the United States that has its own currency. The Ithaca dollar is actually worth 10 US dollars, and you can use it at just about any establishment in Ithaca. It's the only city that has its own currency in the United States. The Ithaca dollar. I'm not making this shit. I'm not making this stuff up. What else? Some of the top industries in New York is the financial services, healthcare, tech service, manufacturing, retail, education. For that area, it's the big city, and the biggest city to New York City, the closest city of that size is Mexico City, the city bigger than New York.
1000.
New York City is the largest city in the United States, largest metro area
going to arrest Biden?
in the United States. I don't think he has that power. We're looking at a one-party system now, guys. It's a one-party government. The Democrats are in control of the Senate, the House of Representatives, and the executive branch. So, but once again, that's not on the topic of New York. However, Donald Trump is from New York. New York, like New Jersey, has more people moving from it than anywhere else in the United States. And so for our last segment today, we're going to talk about famous people from New York.
This is going to be interesting.
So famous people from New York, it does have a lot of famous people, but it seems like once they make it there, they go somewhere else. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, is the expression, right? But once somebody makes it in New York, they're like, I'm out of here. I'm going to a safer neighborhood, you know?
Said, who has their own currency?
Ithaca, New York, has the Ithaca Hour Bill. It's called. Look it up on Google. It's called Ithaca Hour Bill. Each $1 of an Ithaca dollar for Ithaca, New York, is worth $10 to a regular dollar.
Said, help
all right.
Mr.G.
So for the last segment, we're going to talk about famous people from New York. Wyatt mentioned the one and only Donald is from New York. And we'll talk about him and a few other famous people from New York. We're going to wrap up today's class. It's Friday, Aloha Friday, and I know you guys are looking forward to the weekend. I'm going to be doing some gaming this weekend. I have the steering wheel set up, so I'm looking to relax a little bit too. It's been a fun week. It's been a productive week. Every day this week, I put together a quality lecture, a quality class. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I believe I deserve a thumbs up. I deserve for you to subscribe to my channel. I put in the work and I put in the effort, and I'm offering a quality service that people enjoy. Monday we learned all about Georgia and Martin Luther King. Tuesday we learned all about West Virginia. Wednesday we learned all about Delaware on Biden's inauguration day. Yesterday we learned about New Jersey, and Friday we learned about New York today. So yes, countryman, Ithaca, New York is the only city in the United States, maybe the world, that has their own currency. It's kind of a novelty act, but apparently those dollars are worth $10. I wouldn't mind having an Ithaca dollar. I might go on eBay and see if I can bid on an Ithaca dollar. But yeah, I know I'm leaving out some stuff. I always hey OT, awesome, aloha.
Still corners hype.
Hey OT. You check out the new album there.
Show love one.
Hey, all right, countryman. Woohoo! All right, countryman. Yeah, woohoo! Woohoo!
Now that I think about it, what will we teach after the stage?
I was thinking about doing presidents, countryman. There's 46. There's 46 presidents, so I think I could do presidents probably.
You can send Mr.G, Moses, and he.
But but as far as New York, we'll wrap things up. You know, there's no Walmarts in New York. There's no Walmarts in New York. There's none. It's against the law or something. Or New York City, at least. There's probably in the state.
Ithaca a Greek myth island? Countryman.
There's no Walmarts in New York.
At MRG_live do presidents, yes.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be good.
Do planets before countries because there's only 9.
Yes, that was suggested, and Canadian provinces I think should get a shout out too. So yeah, there's no Walmarts in New York. I used to sell the New York Newsday newspapers. It has so many newspapers in New York. The New York Post is the oldest newspaper in the United States. Can you believe that? The New York Post. It's the oldest newspaper in the United States. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, it's the oldest newspaper in the United States, the New York Post. Okay, so, continuing on. It's Friday! Now we're just going to do famous people from New York. We talked about Donald Trump. I don't know how to say it.
I never knew the New York Post is the oldest.
Yep, it's the oldest. Donald Trump is the oldest person in New York. No, I'm just kidding. He is from New York. Who else is from New York? Lindsay Lohan, good friends with Donald Trump, also from New York. Somebody else from New York surprises some people, you know, because he's all death row and everything. But yeah, Tupac Shakur was from New York. Somebody else from New York, Iron Man, what's his name? Rodney Dangerfield is from New York. Somebody else from New York, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem is from New York. Somebody else from New York, Billy Crystal, longtime Los Angeles Clippers fan, is from New York. I think he likes the Mets too. What a tool. Somebody else from New York is Franklin D. Roosevelt, one of the greatest presidents we've had, was from New York. So was his wife, who was also his cousin.
Said, what was Rudy Giuliani drama when he was mayor? Populous.
Somebody else from New York, Eddie Murphy.
Thank you for the list of people from New York.
Probably the one of the best comedians of all time, Eddie Murphy. Somebody else from New York, Scarlett Johansson.
Rod Serling is from Rochester.
All right, woo!
Twilight Zone. O_T_.
OT, woohoo, yeah. OT, Lopadono, yeah, OT. Doing it for New York. OT for New York. New York.
O_T_.
I'll drink some, take a swig of wine for New York.
LOL, yeah.
Swig of wine for New York and for OT. Still corn is hype.
O_T_. Said, I'm UK.
Hey, UK, pretty late over there, but aloha. I'll try to think of another couple fun facts about New York. Revolutionary War, there was bunches of battles, but the Civil War, they didn't have any battles. There weren't very many Civil War battles in New York or New Jersey. I remember Mark Twain, during that time, he was like hiding out in New York, and he's like, oh dang, there's a lot of battles down there in the South where I'm from. All right, Friday. So, continuing.
Mr.G, do you know Rod Serling?
Rod Serling, it sounds familiar. Isn't he the owner of a basketball team or something? Somebody else famous from New York? Tony Danza,
Countryman.
the most famous housekeeper.
Twilight Zone creator.
Oh, yes.
Countryman. Sid.
Rod Serling.
And narrator.
Yes, the great Rod Serling, yes. Of course, Jack Nicholson, not Jack Nicholson, Robert De Niro is from New York. This is my favorite person from New York, Andy Rooney. Andy Rooney is from New York?
Yes, Mr. G. Call Britain. Countryman.
Okay.
Said. He was born in Rochester, New York.
Well, call Britain right after this. So Andy Rooney is from New York. Bill de Blasio, that jackass, is from New York.
Rod Serling spent most of his life there.
Who else? Liv Tyler is from New York. Steven Tyler's daughter, Liv Nepotism Tyler. Martin Van Buren of the Van Buren Boys, former president of the United States. He's not the current president, he's the former president. Did you hear? He's not the current president, he's the former president. But he's known for his outrageous hairstyles. I think he once had a mohawk. He once had pigtails and also dreadlocks as well. The famous Martin Van Buren with his famous dreadlocks. Speaking of fashion statements, Mike Tyson, famous boxer, also from New York.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe New York is number 2 behind Virginia with the states with the most presidents. Yeah. I don't know though.
Somebody else from New York is also a fan of nepotism. Julia Roberts' niece, I guess, Emma Roberts. She looks just like such an average person. Like, I want to be a famous person. You know? But she is actually, she can read. I do know that. I do know that. She can read. She actually read my book, actually.
Honolulu, Hawaii, 968.
Yeah, she read my book, Mr. G's book. And if you would like to read my book as well, you can go to the website on the screen right there, gxnetwork.live. And that tells you more about me, more about the kitty that lives behind the chalkboard, and also you can get a link to the book that I wrote there as well. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and don't be a hater. Like the stream. I put a lot into this. If you're not interested in learning about New York, that's fine. But just go do your own thing. Don't, harass me, all right? All right, so... electoral votes. New York has some of the highest electoral votes in the United States. They have 29 electoral votes. I don't think they've ever voted Republican, so they're always voted liberal in modern times. But yeah, 29 electoral votes. The population of the state of New York is almost 20 million, but once again, the metro area of New York is about 18 million. So you don't have a lot of big cities other than New York City. Buffalo, New York, close to Niagara Falls, is the second biggest city with only about 250,000 people. Syracuse is one of the largest universities outside of New York City. It has 22,000 people. And Rochester, 200,000 people. And Rochelle, New York, also about 200,000 people. So we talked about the history. We talked about the boroughs. We talked about the millionaires that live there. There's a lot of money there. There's a lot of crime. It's really high on the national crime average. I could show you the stat from yesterday, but it's too depressing. We talked about the state flag. We talked about the Ithaca Hour. That's the name of the currency that we were talking about. It's the nation's first capital. And yeah, everything. That's it about New York. I don't need to hear nothing. Get out of here, New York. That's it. We got you down, New York. It's been 1 hour and 30 minutes, New York. We're done with you. All right, but yeah, you guys learned a lot about New York.
1000.
Thank you all for coming to class today.
Excelsior.
Excelsior. Upward and onward. Excelsior.
Do you have live YouTube?
No, I don't have a live view. I'm using Mevo, actually. If I had a live view, I would be doing a lot more IRL. I might do some IRL this weekend, but it's kind of like a touchy situation here because of, I don't even want to get into it. I'm not going to talk about my neighbors. But hey, next week, I will go live this weekend though.
YouTube.
I will go live on YouTube this weekend too, probably. Next week, classes are at the same time at 12 o'clock in Hawaii time. So if you're in California, that'll be 10. Or if you're in California, that'll be 2 o'clock. If you're on the East Coast, then class will start at 5 o'clock. And if you're in the middle of the country, then class will start at about 3 or 4. And that's all next week. We're going to be learning all about New England. Monday, we're going to be learning about Massachusetts. Tuesday, Connecticut. Wednesday, Rhode Island. Thursday, New Hampshire. And Friday, Maine. So it's going to be a fun week of New England next year. And also, I will go live more on YouTube, and I will do more IRL, and I will do more gaming and stuff like that. But I am dedicating a lot of my time and a lot of my energy into these classes. I make sure to have a really good quality presentation, and you won't get that watching other streamers. You won't. You'll get them playing a video game for a couple hours, or walking to getting a sandwich and eating it and not saying anything. And you don't want to waste your time doing that. I'm not trying to knock down other streamers. I am, but I'm not trying to. I'm trying to help you out. Because one of the worst things that everybody's guilty of, especially young people, is you're guilty of watching things on YouTube that's not going to help you, watching things that aren't going to make you a better person, watching things that are not good for you, that aren't good for your soul. And after you're done watching them, hours go by, and you ask yourself, what did I do? Why did I spend hours watching Logan Paul or this guy or that guy? You watch this for an hour, you will be entertained. Are you not entertained? No, you will be entertained, but you'll also be educated and you will learn something. It's a difference. You can be entertained by watching rain fall. You can be entertained by watching snowflakes. And that's entertaining for a time. But it's good to be entertained, but also to be constructive. So odds are you're going to meet somebody from New York. And now, after attending this class, you have something to say about it.
So correct.
So thanks, everybody. I'm going to end the...
I learned from everyone in chat, the community, and you, Mr. G.
Thank you very much. And Countryman, thank you. Mrs. J, special shout out to you guys. Mrs. J, Countryman, Nico, OT, special shout out to you guys. Like I said, class will be at the same time next week. A little bit earlier, so I was about 30 minutes late today. But I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will go live again on YouTube and on Twitch. And thank you, Ash Mods, too, for stopping by, too. Everybody have a good day. Stay safe. As they say, I don't want to speak cliche.
For another great lesson and teaching.
Thank you, Mrs. J.
Have a good night, everyone.
I don't want to sound cliche, but I hope everybody stays safe.
___.
And we'll go ahead and end it with the New York State Anthem. Oh, yes. Britain Call. Britain Call.
Yup, have a great weekend, buddy.
Britain Call. I did agree
anytime if you want on
to call Britain.
Rubber Duck in 1000.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Do Australian states. Countryman. Said. Good night at MRSJ Mermaid.
Alright, so I said I would promise to call Britain, so we will try to call him.
You can send
so I have Britain, Arizona number. Let's try to call him. Put it on speakerphone here.
Avenue, PO Box 37305, Honolulu, Hawaii 96823. Ashmaj. Said. U2J. MRSJ Mermaid. Said. Night at Countryman. Smiley
Welcome
face.
to Verizon Wireless. The number you dialed has been changed, disconnected, or is no longer in
I will
service.
donate a lot if you get through.
Recording an error. Please cut the number and try your call.
Alright, let's, that Arizona number didn't work. Let's try this one.
iPad. Said. Help Mr. G with the donation.
Shit, now I'm feeling guilty.
https://streamelements.com/mrg_live/tip.
Alright, there's two strikes. Last number. Oh, we have two numbers. Try these two numbers.
_T___. Said. Sad face.
We got a ring.
_T___. Said. Hope he is alright. Wyatt Entertainment. Said. Brixton's worms got to him.
Hello, you speak to Quebec, St. Louis School. I'm not able to take your call at the moment.
All right, that is that wasn't him. Let's try this one.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. The number you dialed has been changed, disconnected, or is no longer in service.
Stream elements.
Yeah, and he's unable to get on his computer. He got locked out of his email because of Janine or whatever. So. I knew this would happen. Sometimes people lose touch and it's not their fault.
LOL.
Even with the internet and everything like that, sometimes people lose touch in life, and this is an example. Yeah, I told you I would try. It's kind of puts me a little sad, but you know, it is what it is. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end that there. I'm not going to play the state song today. Or yeah, I will, I guess.
Sid. Thanks again, man.
Thank you, Countryman. Hope to see you, Countryman, on Monday, as well as all the rest of you. Make it to class on Monday.
Everybody.
And we'll learn more about the wonderful states of the United States. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and...
_T___.
I'll play the...
Laters.
We'll just end it this, because I don't want it to be taken down. All right, guys. Everybody have a good weekend. I hope you enjoyed the New York stream.
Sid. Mrgliv G, Mrgliv Moses, Mrgliv Keanu.
And yeah, everybody, take it easy. And instead of New York music, we're just going to end it with my own theme song here. All right, everybody, have a good day. I'll see you guys on Monday.